Morning everyone, finally a break in the rain. We've been in LA for about a week and seriously we've only had 2 days where it's not been raining. Looks like the vast majority of the storm has passed through, but it was pretty bonkers. I think Burbank got about 2 inches of rain in the day, 3 inches of rain, a lot. 5? Laura says 5. That was just yesterday, so I suspect that the mixed train that we would usually ride is probably really muddy. So today we're gonna check out a roadie ride. We're gonna go up Big Tujunga, supposedly closed. It's an okay road to ride, not my favorite just because it does get some traffic on occasion, but we shall see. A little out of shape. One thing that's crazy about this area is we've ridden, I don't know, 2 or 3 blocks, not very far, and mountains already. You don't think of mountains when you think of LA, but they are there and there's plenty of them to ride. So one of the reasons we're gonna try Big T today is that it's supposedly closed to Palmdale. It doesn't go all the way through, so hopefully that cuts down on the traffic. I don't know, I've just lost my tolerance for riding in traffic over the last couple of years. All right, so quick change of plans. A little bit too much traffic on this road than we prefer. So I think we're gonna try to hit some single track and hope that it's not too sloppy. And check out the water. There's usually no water down there, so that's pretty crazy. The first challenge to get to the single track is to actually find it. Not super developed, not very well known, and it's either that one or that one. I feel like it's that one. Let's go around the gate and see. Okay. We've ridden down it, but not up it, so we'll see. So much traffic back there, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just that we live in Montana now and we're like hypersensitive. I just don't want to be around cars. Not on a narrow winding road.
I feel like I've definitely become more traffic averse as I've aged. Like there are roads that I used to ride 20 years ago that looking back, it's like, oh, that was a dumb idea. So thank goodness there are gravel bikes now, or 80s mountain bikes that are new and better. So how's the Niner do on the sandy chunder?
Well, probably better than me right now. I mean, the bike does great. My legs don't have quite the power of the bike from like riding off the road.
Watts.
The watts.
The Richie's doing great, but the sweatback bars definitely nice for wrestling the bike over the chunky stuff. Maybe you should get alt bars.
Yeah, it's really chunky out here.
It is. You forget?
I feel like it's generous to call this a trail. Yeah. It's I imagine that yesterday it was a river because it feels kind of like riding on a riverbed.
But upside is that there's no traffic and you get awesome views. So if I'm honest, this is one of my favorite kinds of rides where it's a dirt road going up a mountain, a little chunky. I know some people like cringe at the word gravel ride or gravel bike, but I think that's a good descriptor for this. I don't think it's mountain biking, not in the modern sense, not in the Red Bull pink bike kind of sense of the word mountain biking it's become today. Some would argue that this is like old school mountain biking, but to my head this isn't mountain biking, it's kind of gravel riding. So regardless of whether you necessarily like the word, I think it's a fairly accurate descriptor. I mean, would you consider this mountain biking?
No.
No.
When I think mountain biking, I think much skinnier trail.
Yeah.
Much more technical than this.
Yeah. So maybe this is how mountain biking began, but it's not what it's become. And to call this mountain biking, I think is a misnomer. All road riding, gravel riding, mixed terrain. Yes, we do need other words.
Fire road riding.
Fire road riding, there you go. Or just fire roadies. Is that hashtag taken? Fire roadie? Laura brought up the point that it's hard to call this a gravel ride because Not really gravel?
Sand and mud and rock. You know, it's a fire road,
Yeah.
but fire road riding just doesn't have a nice ring to it.
I know Riv was proposing a term called hilly-biking or hilly bike or country biking. Admittedly not as sexy as gravel riding, but also captures the same spirit to that chunk. Ah. Yeah. This was a river. The problem for hilly biking for me is it sounds too cute, you know?
And could it still be hilly biking if it's not on a hill?
That's true. I mean, we're on a mountain, but this isn't necessarily, I mean, country biking sounds pretty good. What do you think of country biking?
I don't know, I feel like I need to be wearing like a straw hat. Have like a piece of straw hanging out of my mouth. Say y'all a lot.
So gravel it is. Little portage over here. Didn't feel like getting the bikes wet if we didn't need to.
Yeah, I think going around was a smart idea. When you can't see the bottom, what is it they say? Turn around, don't drown.
Turn around, don't drown. This little switchbacky section is so cool. Again, not super technical like a modern mountain bike ride, but a little bit more than a paved road bike ride. So not bad, right? I mean, look at it. I think this was a wise choice.
Agreed. I'll take an obstacle course ride over traffic any day.
So I know some of you are gonna be wondering what trail this is. It is the Rim of the Valley Trail. Again, not what I'd consider like a must-do or destination trail, but if you live in the area, it's worth puttering around. I believe it's on this trail that you pass the house from ET, which we did a separate video about in the before times. But I think we just go up over where those houses are and then downhill. Oh, there's a lake. Oh. That's crossable to the right. Yay! Yeah, it's chunky. Whoa. We're at the top, and unlike mountain bike rides where you climb and have a long descent, we have a very short and anticlimactic descent. So again, I don't think this classifies as a mountain bike ride.
No, I would just call it a rocky ramble.
Yeah, rocky ramble. There you go, hashtag. We'll descend what short descent we have, and I'll wrap up the vid. Wrap up the video here. Again, short ride, but looks like we climbed about 1,200 feet in just over 7 miles. So that's pretty good, right? It's not bad.
Proud of us.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's not bad for being off the bike for
a couple of weeks.
Well, the Richie did awesome. I did appreciate the wider handlebars and the higher trail of the bike. when going down the chonk. I feel like I had more leverage and control. Not to say that you can't ride this with a drop bar bike. You know, we have in the past, but alt bars have their advantages. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Look for more biking adventures in SoCal, and as always, keep the supple side down.